Hi, this is Fazana again. Welcome to another new topic on my Fazmaths channel. In part one, we'll look at two different methods of working out these questions. The proportion way, which is my way, with some rhythm again, or the multipliers way. The latter one is a bit restrictive, and I'll show you why. Let's have a look. Okay, so if they say I paid £160 for a suit after a 20% discount, what was the original price? Then you know your original price is always 100%. Yeah? So if you've had a 20% discount, so if you minus your 20%, that means that 160 is actually 80%. Yeah, the 100 minus the 20. Okay, so proportion-wise, you'd be going 80% is 160, and you want to find 100%. Do you remember in year 5, we used to say, oh, 2 toys cost £5. So what would 4 toys cost? And we said, oh, look, we've doubled it. So you've got multiplied by 2, so multiply by 2. Yeah, but if you can't actually say, oh, what do I multiply that by? You could easily go that divided by that, which will be the 2, and then times 5, okay? And that will give you £10, okay? So it's always that divided by that times that. So we're going 100 divided by 80 times 160, yeah? And you'll get £200. All right, yeah? Okay, here, using multipliers, we know that we multiplied something by 0.8, which is the 80%, to get the 160. So now we go backwards and we go 160 divided by 0.8, and you get your 200. Yeah, but this way doesn't feel very comfortable. I love the proportions method. It's so flexible, and when we do the following questions, you'll find this really quite soothing, and again, it's got rhythm here. And you can also use this format for exchange rates. Yeah, so £1.30 equals 270 French francs or something, and how much would you get for £120? Yeah, how many French francs? So you can use that same layout. It's really, really useful. Okay, yeah. Let me show you why before I brag on about this method. Okay, so it says I paid £68 for a pair of jeans after a 15% discount. So that 68 is 100 minus the 15, so it's 85%. Yeah. So what was the original price? We've got 85% is 68. So 100% is that divided by that times that. Yeah, okay. And you put that on your calculator and you get £80. Okay, so if the question's asking you for the original price, it's as simple as that. If they say how much did I save, then you start off with what you know again. So 85% equals 68. How much did you save? You've saved 15%. So you've gone 15% equals, and then you go that divided by that times that, and you get £12. Yeah, and you can see that's right because 80 minus the 68 gives you 12. Okay, and this method always works. Okay, no matter what you're asked. All right, okay, let's try one more where it's just a variety of questions here. My monthly salary increased by 6% to £2,544 well, it's monthly, okay? So you know that is 106%, which is your 100% plus your 6%. What was my original salary? So 106% is 2544. So my salary before that was the 100% equals that divided by that times that, and you get given, you get on your calculator, you get £2,400. Okay, how much was my raise? So again, 106% equals 2544. So then the 6% equals that divided by that times that. Yeah, and it's 144, which you can see is the difference between those two. All right, yeah. Isn't that quite soothing? And again, you've got rhythm, so it's just so easy to remember how to do it. Yeah, so as long as you've got a nice cool, soothing method to do something, you find that you can make it as flexible as possible. Yeah. Okay, this one's a nice funny one. Hens who listen to rap music lay eggs which are 12% heavier than those who don't. So you know the wrapped eggs, the wrapped hens. Yeah, the wrapped eggs would be 112%. Yeah. Okay, this is an increase of 0.18 grams. So that means the 12% is the 0.18. Yeah, so that's the 12%. How heavy are the eggs of these wrap-loving hens? So these wrap-loving hens is the 112%. Okay, so we go 12% is 0.18 grams. So 112% equals that divided by that times that, and you get 1.68 grams. All right, yeah, let's just check it so that you know this method works. You totally trust my method. So your 100%, yeah, would be, if you put 100% there, you'd be going 100 divided by 12 times 0.18, and you get 1.5. Yeah, and you can see 1.5 plus the 0.18 would give you 1.68. Okay, do you trust me entirely now? All right, no questions asked, just trust me. Okay, a lamp is on sale at that price. This is a 10% reduction, so we know that's 90%. Okay, and what was the price of the lamp before? So we're looking for the original. Okay, so we can even talk while we're doing it. 90% equals 2205. So 100% is that divided by that times that. Yeah, and you get £24.50. The answer just came out so quickly. Okay. In a sale, the original price of a bag was reduced by a fifth. Now, surely you know that's 20%. Yeah? Okay. The sale price is that, so that means that is your 80%, which is your original 100 minus the 20. Work out the original price. So you're going 80% equals 29.40. So 100% is that divided by that times that, and you get 36.75. Yeah? Say it with me. These are so soothing, Fazana. Okay, Lauren is given a 12% pay rise. Her new salary is that, so that is my 100 plus my 12%, 112%. What was Lauren's salary before the pay rise? So again, we're looking for the 100%. Yeah? Okay, so 112% is 24,080. 100% is that divided by that times that. Looks like we're dancing, isn't it? 21,500. Yay, got the 2 marks. Yeah. When water freezes into ice, its volume increases by 9%. So it's increasing. What volume of water freezes to make 1,962 centimeter cubed of ice? Yeah? Okay, so you can tell that is your 109%. Yeah, because it's increasing by 9%. Yeah? So we go 109% equals 1,962. So 100% is, say it with me, that divided by that times that, and you get 1,800 centimeter cubed. Okay, yeah. All right, you'll find that in a non-calculator paper, just to make a note here, in a non-calculator paper, there'll always be a connection. So you'll have something like, 120% equals 600. So what's 100%? And you can tell, ooh, look, I've multiplied it by 5, so I'll multiply that by 5, so that will be 500. Okay? There'll always be a connection, yeah? Otherwise, we just do it that way. All right? Cool. Okay. A couple more just to get it flowing in your system. A fish tank sprung a leak and loses 45% of its water. There is now 363 liters of water. So what's left? 55%. Yeah? And before the leak is the original. So we're going 55% is 363 liters. So 100% equals that divided by that times that. Yeah? And you get 660 liters. Alright, yeah, good. Jacob buys a watch costing £84. This cost includes VAT at a rate of 20%. So you know that's your 120%. Okay, how much is the watch without VAT? So that would be your 100%. Yeah, so 120% equals 84. And oh, you can see a connection. They could have given it to you in a non-calculator paper. Can you see 12 times 7 is 84? And then they're just adding a 0. So 100% is 10 times 7 is 70. Cool. Very good, isn't it? Okay, so that would be ideal for a non-calculator. Yeah. And sometimes, although it's a calculator paper, if you can do a calculation without the calculator, do it. It just makes you feel a bit powerful, yeah? As long as you're really, really comfortable about it. Okay? That's all for now. In part 2, we will look at some more questions. Yeah? Still with rhythm. Okay. Take care. And remember, you're in control. And keep practicing. Brilliant. Okay. Until next time, take care. Bye.